Frank Figliuzzi, the former FBI Assistant Director for Counterintelligence. Frank, we've been through a lot together over the years, and most recently in Texas. This was incredible to me. Not children this time, but another mass shooting, an orthopedic surgeon doctor who had been treating the accused shooter who killed himself by suicide, another doctor dealing with this as a first response. The speed of the first responders from the Tulsa police, extraordinary, and a medical receptionist there, another person there who tried to open a door to let other victims escape, potential victims escape, and one patient victim. So 4 innocent victims, 1 shooter, all in Tulsa, with an extraordinary response from all that we know at this hour. Frank?
Yeah, this doesn't get any easier to cover. It's painful, particularly when it happens in a place that we consider to be a place of healing, a place of safety. And so we're reminded again that those places are no longer safe, whether it's a house of worship or a school or a hospital setting or a movie theater. We've been through this, we've done it, but it doesn't get easier. So some significant takeaways, Andrea. First, since we're so keenly focused on guns these days, and we know that on Capitol Hill, there's a bipartisan group trying to figure this out. Once again, let's talk about the guns here. What can we take away from this? Well, first, we heard today that this was an AR-15, one of the 2 guns that this shooter had on him. Why is that significant? It is by far the weapon of choice in America for active shooters. It is the same style of weapon used in that Texas classroom. We also know that it was a .223 round. That's a reference to the bullet that was used. That is the exact same bullet that was used in the Texas classroom shooting. It's a high velocity, low recoil bullet, and sadly, it is the round of choice for active shooters as well. We also know that he purchased this weapon on the very day of the shooting. He purchased it at a gun shop at 2 p.m. Why is that important? Well, because now not only is it the assault style weapon, is it the same round we're familiar with, but now we know that this could be the subject of discussion with regard to proposing a waiting period for the purchase of an assault rifle. He was very much at his flashpoint, what behavioral scientists call a flashpoint. He was moving toward the violent act. And so would a waiting period have helped here? Just a couple of days prior, on May 29th, he purchased a .40 caliber semi-automatic pistol, a Smith & Wesson. Very powerful weapon. These are designed to put people down. I carried a .40 caliber pistol toward the last phase of my FBI career. So waiting period is going to come up here. Secondly, the response here was phenomenal. We heard today that it was 1 minute after the police learned the exact location, the building, the floor that this was happening. It took them just 1 minute to get to that building and start moving to the second floor. Why is that so important? Because we also heard from the chief that they started calling out Tulsa PD, Tulsa PD. What we know from our training is that when you start alerting the shooter that you're now there, the police have arrived, it increases the odds that he's going to either surrender or take his own life. And that's precisely what happened here. It appears his last round was fired right after he heard Tulsa PD call out. Really important. And then, we have this issue of hot environment. You heard the chief say we train to rescue in a hot environment. What does that mean? And how might it have played out differently in the Texas classroom? Well, they train alongside paramedics and EMTs in fire rescue when they still aren't sure the threat is neutralized. So they had neutralized the shooter, but they don't know if there's more shooters out there. But still, they bring in fire rescue. They provide cover in a hot environment so that people can be rescued and attended to. That's really important, really sharp press conference, really trained police department.